perfect to share without Nitro. Alas! Alas. Hi, Clever. Hi, Honeyshuckle. What's up? I don't know if I sound sick, but I am, and I don't know if it's like sick or just like something that I'm incredibly allergic to is incredibly blooming right now. It's one of them. It's blooming, innit? I'm sorry. But, how's everyone doing? What's up? What's poppin'? I love seeing people's cool stuff. I think it's so cool, just that people do things. I love humans. That's a thing that a normal fellow human says, right? There we go. Now we still have quite a bit of music, but not, not intense. Too intense. Here, let me watch this. You're at your grandparents'? You think the dust... No! I'm so sorry. Ooh. Wait, okay, hang on. Oh my gosh, Pretender? Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Oh, that's gonna be sick. Oh my gosh. Everyone take this chance to tell me how you are, and I'm gonna comment on some art things, because these are so cool. That is so super cool. Makes me want to be better at human character design, but hey, all things in good time. In good time. Today I'm not going to be learning about character design so much, but oh my gosh, wow, Rita, whoa! Look at that heckin' sick anatomy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll call that good for now, even though there's so much more beautiful art that I would love to catch up with. Oh my gosh, I have a billion apps open. Oh, my poor phone. Okay, it's okay, I closed most of them. Okay, hello, hi. Today, since I'm a bit sick. Whatever it is, it's whatever's attacking my face. Yeah, no, you're good. I was listening to it. I was trying to listen to it pretty quietly so that, my brain. I'm so sorry. The sick makes the brain fog so much worse. Oh man, there should be like a weather report. Didn't I turn on closed captions? I totally did. Maybe I have to stop them and start them again? Hello? Hello? Are you on the wrong microphone? What microphone are you using? Closed captions should be working. Oh, that is not the right microphone. This one. There we go. That's probably why it's having issues. We good? Are we good now? We Gucci? Okay, I'm gonna stop and then start it again. Hello, captions? Okay. Hello? Well, I don't know, maybe today's not a captions typed. Oh, maybe I just gotta log in again? I don't know, man. Sorry. No, I just want a dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard. Start the captions. Use the captions. There we go. Captions are happening. Perfect. Okay. I love Pretender. You may have to drop out at some point. You're expecting a call. That's awesome. Literally, just drop out whenever. Important things are important. You focus on that. I'm gonna put my microphone a little bit facing to the side so I don't accidentally yell into it. Alright, let's go to the digital art. Should I, is today a listen to, is today
Hello! Hi, Tuffy!
She's so small and cute. Oh my gosh, she also got a haircut, so she's like kind of naked now. She's naked and streamlined. She's normally so fluffy, but now she's like naked and streamlined, but she's still the same dog. She looks like a completely different dog every time, but we can confirm that she's still the same dog, or at least she still does exactly all this stuff that the other dog, who is also Taffy. They're all Taffy. You love composition. Want to know what you do? Yes, please. I feel like composition is something I don't know enough about, and so I get pretty timid with it, but I want to get better. Okay, here is, and hi Mari, what's up? 10 months of subscription support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me copy this image. You almost cussed. Thank you so much for I guess thank you for the restraint and keeping this family friendly. I appreciate it. Like, for reals though. The rough idea post 2 stick figures, one wave into the other. I'm just gonna post some of the pieces that I want to study. This one is like very dramatic. I like the composition. Had to remember where the heck you were. I appreciate it. I also hope you're doing all right. You know, all right enough as any of us can be. This one's cool, and I have tried to be diligent and make sure that there's only human-made art in here. If you see that I somehow slipped up and included something that's not, I want to study human artists. I don't want to study non-human. You're not gonna lie, you're not Cash Money. It's, honestly, that is so valid. Then you go, I need more, and I rotate it. They're looking over her shoulder, looking down at it, clips their surroundings. Okay, so you add some drama and action. Nice. I wanna pick some compositions that I'm like, I would be too scared to do this, and so I wanna like, just see what they did to make it work out, you know. Like this. There we go. There's just so many cool compositions. Did they already? Hang on. Let's see. No, wait. I didn't get this one. And specifically, these compositions are ones. I tried to select ones where the background has a pretty prominent, what do you call that? Like role in the illustration. One redeem. You did know? That makes sense, you know. That makes sense that you did know. If it was a surprise to you, you know, that'd be pretty interesting. But anyway, but there's so many different kinds of compositions, and a cool thing is that they is this the move layer? There we go. A cool thing is that different compositions, you can just utilize, you utilize different compositions based on what you want your piece to accomplish. Which is pretty cool to think that, like, a piece of art can accomplish something. You're like, what? That's more than me. How do I accomplish something? Oops, wrong layer. Wrong layer! Why do we even have that layer? But like, you know, because sometimes your piece, the piece wants to, or you want, rather, the piece to be calm, but sometimes you want it to be dramatic like this. Can you share one composition? Yes, please. You didn't die. I'm really glad. Like, please, you can't make, you know what? I'll drink some water. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Thank you. Hey, this is just a regular reminder that everyone here is valid, and that there's people that think about you when you're not there. And you're important to people. I did it! I love me some hydrogen monoxide. I mean, of course I can stop anytime I want, but how do I do this where I can put notes? This makes it seem like I'm super smart and intellectual, which I'm not. just a baby. I don't know things. Want to be able to have room to write some notes. Again, this is for myself. This isn't me like, let me show off all my knowledge of of composition and I'm so good at this. No. This is me being like, I would love to start knowing what the heck I'm doing. So let me look at people who I feel like have a better grasp of it than me. Dihydrogen monoxide, Rutro. Did I? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So long, chat. It's been a good run. It's been a good run. It's been a good run. I say as I drink more. I failed map. You know, rip, happens to the best of us. Okay, I'm just gonna study this. Geography. Dihydrogen dioxide. There's so many things. It's so hard to keep track of. Okay, this will be my layer. Again, this is not me like, I'm so smart and know what I'm doing and I'm gonna teach you all. This is, we're learning together. You know, that's what this is. Okay, just making sure I have the right size. Make it bigger. There we go. I do not want to cut the entire layer. Okay, I'm gonna turn this music down for myself. And let me know if the music's a bit too distracting or anything. The difference between, I don't know, man. I didn't, okay, I will admit, I did way better at physics than chemistry. But also because, like, my chemistry teacher was, like, not very nice. Like, she was like, you don't understand it? That's a you problem, you know? Obviously not great. So, okay, maybe things I can focus on are... So, obviously... Oh, there's so much to take in. Okay, so with this piece... And again, I none of these are my art, okay? And let's establish, these are studies of other people's art. So obviously the things that draw our attention, or that, you know, mainly draw our attention, are these three kind of actors, players. Check Discord. Let me open up my phone. Let's see. Open up my phone. Most commonly referred to. Okay. Ignore the search. That was what I was laughing. You only noticed the dragon. Yeah. It's cool. There's so much to look at in this piece. Let me see. Did I miss? Okay, there's the composition. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, is this like a cyber sort of area and that's what the grid is for? That's cool. I'm trying to not be worst enemies with perspective, but we just, you know, would struggle to keep the dragon consistent. Yeah, maybe that will be another lesson someday. It's just like how to identify AI art. One last time. Oh my, what is the importance of heavy water? That's a funny one. You want to use this as a phone background? That'd be so sick. Okay, so we have a very diagonal kind of theme going on here. Everything kind of goes along this theme, which, you know, diagonals add some drama to a piece. You know, obviously it's still pretty serene, especially these kind of on, I don't know, these colors and the. It's still pretty serene. It's like dramatic and serene. Is that a thing? I feel like that's a thing, you know? Closer to the human. Yeah, true. When you go super extreme for no reason, you know, it happens. So, okay, let me try to find the main shapes. I feel like, you know, obviously this is like main foreground shape. We've got like layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, like different background layers. Hi, hello! If your mom didn't call you, hello, how's it going? Well, that's, you know, sleeping is good too, you know. Jump scared by the name Sage? Oh, what? Is to go to the darkest part where the light is. Go to random parts. Randomly goes around the color wheel instead of sit. Ah, that would make sense. I'm assuming that's non-binary friend was here. They're, I'm sure super nice because they're your friend. It is funny though when people on Twitch have similar-ish usernames. I'm trying to. This is a good. Okay. I feel like things that I want to point out are the diagonals that are happening. There's so much. It's a different non-binary friend. And then I kind of just want to see this flow of this dragon. You know, it is. This dragon does kind of like arch. Oh, if you continued this arch, it would go over these two characters, you know. And yes, hi Rito/Sage. Let's find this. So remember how this had all these diagonals? This is much more horizontal, which adds to a more calm sort of effect. We've kind of got like 3 layers of foreground, background, and then the sky, of course. And see, this is a composition that I would be afraid to do because I'd be like, what? You can't have just this guy, you know, in the middle of, oh yeah. Do you accept either or just Sage or either one? Sorry, my brain is so foggy. Please forgive me. You can absolutely have this guy. Your brain ain't so good. That's so me too clever. He's just... Cause I think... Okay, this is another reason why I wanna, practice or study other people's composition is because I don't think I would give myself permission to have like, okay, this like pretty simple background and then guy, you know, your IRL preferred name. Oh, you're buying everything on the shop. Do not, do not. Make sure to. Everyone always make sure eat food first and rent and take care of everything you need to survive. And then if you're like, I have some extra money and this would make me really happy if I had it, so maybe I'll get a thing, you know? Then buy things. You will eat the bag. Okay, another thing. Oh, this is fascinating. This guy is like so much darker than anything else in the piece. Hang on, let me color grab a bit here. Let me color grab the lightest part of this guy and compare it to the lightest part of this. Okay, so it's like similar, but also we have to compare it to where it actually is, which is back here. It's definitely darker back. You gotta get better at marketing. It's okay. It's true. I could be better at marketing, and I could probably make more money if I did that. But you know, the times be tough, you know. No one is gonna deny that the times be tough, and my art is there to, if it makes people's life a little happier and easier. Your people need you. All right, have fun. Good. Go fun. Yes. My art is supplemental, you know. The art and products they're supplemental to the main things that people need to survive, which are, you know, food, a place to live, healthcare, all that stuff. But okay, this is good. I'm gonna write this down because
Hamster.
Yeah, it's so much darker, much darker than the rest of the piece. And that really makes it stand out. Hamster. Hang on, I gotta make sure. I don't know why I have to do this every stream. Every stream, I have to twiddle with some settings, and then I can also hear the things. I don't know why it's like this, but it is like this. There you go. Cursed hamster. Oh, was it cursed? Hang on, I'm gonna do another one so that we can. Another one. Oh, something went wrong.
Hamster.
Hamster. Oh, what did you... No, it's normal.
Hamster.
No! I'm so sorry. I accidentally... It didn't want me to join the party. I guess. I know! Oh, man. Normal hamster. What makes this... He's much darker, and... But it's not boring. Like, it's calm, but not boring. Boring and calm are different things. This, I think, also, like... Hang on, let me grab my bright, obnoxious pink again. This also, I think, the foreground, we've got a darker background. Okay, hang on. Darker. Do you guys like my handwriting? My very terrible handwriting. Let me grab the color of the furthest part of the dragon. First of all, I want to compare it to this mountain. Whoa, so it's like the same color as this mountain. Okay, but it stands out because we've got this clear area of sky right here. If it was right on this mountain, obviously it would blend in. Your bestie started writing a monochromatic colorblind OC. That's fascinating. That is fascinating. Okay. And then, yeah, okay, so I want to compare this color back here to this one up here. And yes, okay, see, it's much brighter. So, or rather, this is much darker. And we get lighter and less saturated. I don't know if you can, wait, let me pull out the color slider. Does this show up on, oh man, the color slider doesn't show up. Wait, maybe I could put it over here? But that, does that work? Let's see. Oh, but it's all the way up here. Why can't we just have nice things? Anyway, we'll just not worry about showing you guys color saturation. Thank you! I don't even... Okay, again, it's either severe allergies to something outside or a cold. I'm not sure which, and Googling it does not make it clearer. Dubrigo Grayscale. Oh, yeah! Yeah! And also, hello, Duskull. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing awesome. Should I, like, put a... Google never helps with that. What do you mean Google can't diagnose a cold, huh? Something that, I want to point out, I'm not sure, probably intentional. Like, you know, some things are intentional, but sometimes an artist just, like, knows so much that, like, the vibes flow through them, and they do stuff out of instinct that is just, like, skilled, helps with composition. Like, this rock is technically, like, it's kind of like pointing directly at this dragon's face. Which... Again, some of you said, I didn't notice the dragon at first, which I think is maybe intentional, you know? You're like, whoa, like, look at this beautiful landscape. And then you're like, wait a second. Think horses, not zebras. Oh, I mean, yeah, oh wait, I feel like I've heard that before, but I can't put it into perspective. But yeah, this open area with the lighter, hang on. It gets to contrast with the background. Contrast with sky. Nice open spot. My handwriting is so readable. Love this. Hi, I'm new. Also, your PC hates me. I'm so sorry, Unlucky. Also, hello. Google always thinks zebra.
Hamster.
That's true, Hamster. It was cursed, apparently, a bit ago, Unlucky. Apparently it was a bit cursed. But yeah, look at the nice shape that makes. Also, we're using the oil paintbrush, technically, so the colors are mixing, which is super cool. Not intentional, and I would love to use it intentionally for an art piece, but... Yeah, this kind of, I wonder, like, this section, this curve of the dragon, it does kind of make, like, again, if it continued, it makes, like, this nice arch that encapsulates these two figures right here. And I guess the figures are pointy. If anyone else sees anything cool about the composition that I haven't pointed out, like, tell me. Also, this song is stressing me out. You gotta get out of here. I'm so sorry. There we go. I'm feeling more chill mood. Something this dragon piece also does. Do tell, because again, this is us learning together. Because I'm not here to be like I'm the bestest at the composition and I'm gonna school you all. No, I'm schooling myself. I need to learn. Yeah, I like those. You point out how the rock points to the head, but the body leads back to the foreground. Okay, wait. Oh, you're so right! Oh yeah, you're so right, because you're like, whoa, there's a dragon? How long has it been there? The whole time. You're like, wait a second. Oh my gosh, you're so right. It has been there. Can you guys see my mouse when I hope you can. Right now it's like a big... hopefully you can see my mouse. Loops like this are another... You're right, I'm gonna write that down. Write that down! And then... Hang on. I'll just have it here, where it says the... We're gonna call them Dragon Loops. It's the newest cereal. Dragon Loops lead back to foreground figures. Dragon Loops. Yeah. Sometimes I get really overwhelmed by like, oh, could I remember to do this and this and this? The fact is, like, right now, no. But that's okay, because you can just focus on like one thing, you know? You're allowed to just focus on like one thing to get better at. Someone's gesture. Yes! In fact, I was looking at this, the way, first of all, love this. There's so much drama. We've got, they call it a Dutch angle when the camera is like sideways. But look at how, yeah, just like Honeyshuckle's saying, this gesture of his arm leads right back to his scary little face. And I love that. About your first date. Okay, you wake up, PC won't move. No! No, you don't have windows on a stick, so you have to borrow. Went to change your project, not change with one bolt stripped. Oh no! You reformat everything? No, it breaks its... Oh no. How are you here right now, Unlucky? Dang. The day you start saying, yeah, I know, I'm the best blender, artist, programmer, and writer. No one can compare. Assume zebra. I've been substituted by a skin stealer. Yeah, seriously, Unlucky. I'm so sorry to hear that. This one, again, most of the pieces I have selected today are like sort of calm, serene. Well, they're grandiose but serene. In fact, I have some other examples. Okay, these three are kind of grand scale, but they're also serene. This one's a little smaller scale. But yeah, again, the thing that I was focusing on with these selections is that, like, if you compared how much the actual characters, I guess, take up in this composition versus, like, everything else, like, the character themselves, technically such a small part of the composition. And I don't know, I'm just really drawn to that right now. Drawn to that. Like, I wanna get better at that. Zootopia movie posters with an exceptional example of the golden rule. Oh, yes, please. You reformatted everything 3 times? And you're... So, okay, question. Again, since I'm not, like, maybe the... So did you lose files and stuff? Another reason why I hope that these are mostly, or should be all human-made, is that I went back in time. Oh man, wait. No, wait, could that? Hang on. Looking for inconsistencies. Like really strange inconsistencies. Like obviously we got these leaves fading in and out, but I think that's a thing that humans would do. Leaves. I will be pretty disappointed if this is not. Where should you share? If there's a link, I can click on it and maybe put it onto the screen, onto my canvas if you want. Hi, Cork. What's up? How's it going? Anyway, I'm just going to... I'm going to... I think that this is human-made. I cannot express how much I hate wondering. If there's one thing that AI could do that would make me dislike it a little less, only a little less, well, two things. If they could stop stealing. And then the second thing would be, I think that it should be required that all generative AI things just at least be labeled, you know? Please. No. Yeah, the hand, it is like a little simplified. Like you're like, oh, it has 3 fingers, but I'm not convinced that that's not just like simplification by an artist. Because I would do that. And I mean that both sandals have 2 straps. That's good, you know, something that, you know, AI might not. Again, I hate so much that we have to have this conversation at all. This isn't my art, it's not a clip, etc. Also the drive it died. No. 800 gigabytes of stuff? I am so sorry. Dang, that sucks. AM and then start doing okay, the one thing is Honeysuckle, I don't have Discord open on my computer because my computer does not have a lot of RAM. I'm sorry. You saw what was used for a job advertisement? Oh dear, do I? Again, like I don't think. Could you whisper it to me? Would that be possible? From I have no mouth and I must scream. I actually don't think I do know. Anyway, sorry. Discussions about AI art aside, except for, okay. I don't know, I'm leaning towards that I think this is human because these curls, you know, they're similar on all sides. And also another thing I've noticed is that they struggle with like things like chair legs, right? And but these are kind of similar to chair legs. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and also it's not getting confused with this background arch here, which I think, you know, it would do. Again, hate that we have to have this conversation, but did they? Wait, no. Huh? Here's something. It should. I don't have any. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe you sent me a virus. How dare you? Okay. Let me copy this and we'll paste it. I think if I. Yeah, there we go. This is the thing that Honeysuckle. Okay. The golden rule. Like, okay, wait. Are we talking? Let's see. Actually, I'll just... first of all, there's so many animals in here. I would panic if I had to draw this. Okay, so this half is filled with animals. This half is filled with the city. It's not quite half, you know, but... You can give a link to the picture somehow. Okay, yeah. Spiral toward... Oh! Sorry, my... Oh, starting at the street sign. Golden rules, when you treat others like you want to be treated yourself. That's a good one, Ficusito. I'm literally huge fan of that one. Oh gosh, that was the advertisement? The job advertisement? Like, I don't know. I just... Golden ratio. Oh, I don't know. Wait, is that the one? Okay, wait. Is this one kind of thing? A job advertisement related. Yeah. I've never really used... This is the one we're talking about, right? It's like... I've never used that one before. You've seen quite a handful. It's just wild, isn't it? Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. That's such a link. I love it. I love it, though. Okay, yeah. Here, I'll put this up for people that don't know. This is another thing that people sometimes use to, what's the word? Oops. To, so good at using a computer. To do composition. Again, these are not hard and fast rules, but they're things that people find useful a lot of times. And that's why we use them. Can I do multiply? I sure can. I sure can. The link gets longer? That's crazy. What programs you need? Oh! That's rough. It's okay, yeah. The curve of this polar bear definitely leads down. Oh, and the top of this koala's head. Okay. See, this is the type of technical stuff I would not notice. Like, my brain would notice it and be like, oh, satisfying. Yum, yum, delicious, tasty. And I would not notice it, and I would be like, oh, I like that picture. Don't know why exactly, but I do like it. So again, don't no one get intimidated by this. Imagine being artistic in any way. I think everyone has, like, what's the word? Like, everyone has, like, expression, a way of expression that they, are drawn to. And it's different for different people. And that's a-okay. Okay, horizon lines, who are they? I literally actually struggle with knowing what horizon lines are. Like, is this the horizon line in this? And, like, where the heck is the horizon line in this? What? Me and horizon lines, we don't get along that great. Everyone's an artist. When everyone's an artist, no one is. And, like, when I say that everyone has a, like, method of expression, I think that humans are just drawn to expressing themselves in different ways. That's what makes us human. Exactly what Clever said, basically. Everyone has a way to express themselves. Yeah, so, like, obviously there's visual arts, and then there's, like, music and drama, and there's even, like, landscaping, and, there's a lot of ways to express. So, I don't know if this is a... Wait, hang on. If I try to... perspective... Hello, darkness, my old friend. These lines are leading... These perspective lines on here are leading to... I think to here. I still don't know where it's right. Where if it's above the line, you can see the bottom. True. So then in this case... Okay, wait, in this case, I kind of was right. Because you get to see underneath here, but you get to see the top of here. Whoa, that was excellent. You should have photography squares. That's another method, is rule of thirds. Again, there's a lot of different methods, and in this one, I would like to. We're doing it roughly here. We're not very expert, but you can see that, like, this guy falls nicely right on that. I should have pointed that out. You're right. Into the breach. This is good. I've never played the game, but, like, I was like, you know what? If it bops, it bops, and it bops. Get recommended to drawing tutorials, and here you don't want to draw, honestly. Mud deer, I love that. That's great. Pretty accurate. I don't even like. Okay, I want to hang on. I'm literally gonna watch me. Hang on. My computer, and it's slow. I'm literally going to copy and paste this right here, so that I can have this wisdom. Because I forget this, and I need this. I need to remember. Again, this is not, just a reminder, this is not me being like, I know all the answers and I'm telling you all. This is me being like, I want to learn more about the composition, and, but yeah, that's another thing that I do think makes this composition work, is that he is, right there. Warm and cool tones. This is true. In fact, I wanna, because obviously this, very much on the warmer side. It's not even as big. Wait, I love where it gets really saturated right on the horizon. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I love where it gets so saturated. And then this foreground. Yeah, it is much bluer, colder. Color theory is so wild. It's for real. Wonder if I could I put my color wheel here? And then my, oh, it's right. You know what though? Wait, can you guys see that? Okay, you can. wonder if I can put my color slider. KK? Color slider? No! I want to see them both! It says no. Oh, wait. Oh, heck yeah. Wait, hang on. Let me check this out. Let me check this out. Can you see that? Yes! Okay, so if you pay attention to this, like, area, the color slider, that'll show you along the rainbow where things are, which is pretty cool. Just keep an eye on if you want. But, like, unlucky. I mean, why, can I ask, like, why did you sit through the hours of color theory? This is a fascinating question. And I'm gonna actually collapse that brush panel. We don't need that. Can you still see? Good, you can still see. Let me grab my obnoxious bright pink. Perfect. Perfect. So it looks like here, again, the perspective. Are we on the right? Yeah, there you go. Okay, oh, there we go. That's fine. This is not as obnoxious and bright pink as I need it to be. I need it more obnoxious. There we go. Perfect. Right. So, okay. So the perspective, which again is my worst enemy, one of them at least, it seems to be from about here. And okay, wait. Oh, you're so right. Okay, so we can see the bottom. I'm thinking of Honeysuckle's comment. If the blue skirt actually wasn't blue, it is. Let's see. Let's do some investigation. And this is a fascinating. I'm so sorry if anyone's trying to like follow along and learn anything from this. I'm all over the place. But dang it! I need to. Okay, keep this. In fact, I'm just gonna make a swatch of this obnoxious so that I can. Yay! That's always there, so I can always go back. Okay. Yeah, though. Let's see where this is. It is blue, but it's incredibly desaturated. This S, I don't know if you can see, it's very small. This S stands for saturation. It's incredibly dark and desaturated, which is fascinating. Hang on, is this right? Yeah, no, that's, color theory is insane, because look at this. Like, look at this color, you're like, no, that's not the same color as this color. It is. Your perspective is wrong. I probably. I was just looking at these, like where these leading, not the leading lines, like, you know, and I'm definitely not being exact as well. That's another thing. I was just trying to see, like, where are these little edges pointing toward? It pretty much follows the stairs. Yeah, probably specifically this. Okay, this is a good angle that we could use to, I don't know how to make really long lines here. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Color theory is crazy, because literally, like, against this white background, you're like, that is not the same color as that. But it totally is. Against these darker stairs, it looks so much lighter. Perspective is interesting because it bends to the left as you get more depth. And that is another thing you can do with illustrations, is you can warp perspective, which is interesting. Okay, so say this line. Hang on. I'm gonna make a line between here, and then oh gosh, cancel. And then I literally want to try to, here, oh, no, there we go. I'm literally gonna just make it bigger and see, because it'll keep the angle, just make it larger. Yeah, I think it all leads to this middle building, which is crazy. It's like, oh, pixel art. Very true. Very true. Yeah, no, really, unlucky. You're actually exactly right. Like, that is color theory. Like, that whole meme exists because color theory actually has weight, you know, like, not weight, like, it actually affects how your brain sees things, which is crazy. No, it really is. That's wild. That's crazy. But mostly, anyway, color theory is just a part of composition. I want to see... I'm just gonna, like, poke around, see, like, you know... I think the fact that we can kind of tell, I don't know how we can tell, but we can tell that she's... Oops, that's not the brush. We can tell that she's looking this way, which, of course, helps lead us to this guy right here. This guy right here. Yeah. Detecting hue. I know. Okay, though, I've struggled with that. It's another thing. And again, I'm sorry. This probably seems overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed by it, honestly. Do not look at the fox. The fox will eat you. Sorry. Okay, wait. Come on, Dreamer. Back to center. What were we talking about? Take a drink. Think about it. Oh, yeah. If you're overwhelmed, which, honestly, again, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. Just know you do not have to comprehend all of this, especially not all at once. Focus on one thing, you know? Oh, dude, spoilers. Spoilers that the fox will eat. Is this from a thing? I don't actually know. This could be like from a movie or show or something. But you can see that she's, I don't know how. Probably, I mean, you can tell that her body's turned that way in her. Yeah, okay, that's how you can tell. And then, honestly, if I hadn't tried to find the horizon line, I probably wouldn't realize that all these angles are actually heading to about here, which is fascinating because it's not like here, but I think it's close enough. I think it's close enough that it's good. And obviously, okay, these give us a good framing. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna take a step back because one thing I want to know, one thing I want to understand better is how to have, like, there's so much happening in the background. Well, it's not really a background at this point. Like, it's its own character, I feel like, you know? Like, it's not like, oh, like, don't need to focus on that, only focus on the character. It's like, there's the character, that's the environment, and then there's the character that's the actual character that's right there. Sir, dude, pixel art, you're amazed. Have I ever seen your pixel art, Quark? Can I see your pixel art? That's amazed by how much you had to desaturate. For reals, yeah, if you're going for realistic, that's another thing with, like, landscape painting that I've been learning. Of course, it can be a stylistic choice to just be super vibrant, but if you want it, like, to look kind of more naturalistic, desaturating. The world is like a character. It totally is. It totally is. The only thing not pointing to the shrine is the trees. Yeah, true, and they're going up and down, framing kind of this middle area. Okay, there's a lot going on in that piece. I'm gonna have to come back to it. What I want to know is, why does this work when there's details? There's a lot of details, but you still get the main focus, which is this fella. And also, see, again, I'm just admiring what other people are doing, is I would be scared to, like, put this ginormous, dark part, like, on so much of this. Like, I would be worried, like, I'd be like, oh no, it's unbalanced, you know? Sounds like a game director that had no involvement in a game's creation. Oh, the world is like I mean, I don't know. I feel like the world being a character I feel like that's an important part of, like, just world design, you know? I feel like Brandon Sanderson would probably say that. The waterfall's lightness is used. And this is very true. It works. It works because, yeah, we've got, this is so light and he's so dark. Or she, you know, I don't know. Your eyes follow the background stream. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. You're like, because this is bright. It stands out from it. You're so right. Huh. This is, okay. This is one thing you were lucky or unlucky. Only, what is tetrachromacy? What is that? Can you see the shrimp colors? Just kidding. I know that's not it. But that's actually, I didn't even think about how it does. It flows from this side to this side. It's kind of color blindness. Okay. Essentially cuts out large sections of the image and removes anything. Yeah, and that's true. See, and like I am a coward. I'd be like, no, I can't put a ginormous dark rock here. And I'd probably even for photopigments and corresponding increased chromatic discrimination compared to trichromats. That's a lot of words. Wow. One thing that is, you know, a thing interesting to know is this darker foreground tree. It's the only section of dark foreground foliage. Whoa, you see more colors? Whoa. That's kind of cool. I guess if we look, this kind of shape along the waterfall also kind of has a rhythm that points us this way. Sometimes I wonder if I'm making all this up, but I don't think so. I think there's things that you have to think about before you're like, oh, wait, no, yeah, I think my brain does process that before my, I don't know, real brain does. Another thing I would have been scared of is adding any kind of highlights to these rocks. I would have been way too nervous. I would have been like, no, it's gonna draw too much attention. But it doesn't, obviously. It works. So I'm gonna, let me see what colors we're working with here. Okay, and let me compare it to, it's pretty bright. It's pretty bright. It's the same ones up here, kind of. Interesting. But it doesn't really... It is pretty bright, but it's not taking away our focus from the main guy. How did they do that? Why does that work? I wanna check out this green here, especially this little light patch of green. It's a very... How does it compare? Okay, so it's darker. It's darker than any of these. Well, except for up here. Oh my gosh. Are you feeling overwhelmed? I'm feeling overwhelmed. How did they do it? Just what part of an image you see first and start following the lines from there. A well-composed image will almost always draw your attention to the same element no matter where you start. True. That's true. See, the one thing that I comprehend right off is this darkness in front of this lightness. Like, that's the one thing that right off the bat, I'm like, okay. Sorry, raise your hand if you feel overwhelmed. I'm raising my hand. But that's why I'm studying, is because I wanna understand. I wanna understand it better. It is interesting. So the horizon line, we can see underneath there and on the top of there. So you're always overwhelmed. Bluish grays are the best kind of grays. Change my mind. No, just kidding. I just love blues and blue grays. Oh, but not related to this. Honestly, so fair, Cork. You know those tests where there's a multiple color changes, so people see way more colors? Oh, okay. Wish you'd put together a composition before the study, and then redid it after the study. You know, that's true. That would be a good way to be like, okay, like what do I want to change? Which, I mean, I have older pieces I could look at. The thing about the background you're making, production is kind of halted because you need to draw eyes, and you don't know how to draw eyes. That's okay. I understand this because it's like it's equal parts intimidating and like maybe a bit discouraging, but also it's kind of a cool opportunity. What I want to do is give myself more projects that have a section that I'm uncomfortable with, so that I can try to do, what is it? Like, you go outside of your comfort zone and then you grow, you know? That'd be so sick. Hamster. You want to learn so much about horses by failing badly and comparing how badly you failed. Yeah. Your favorite, wait, is that for some reason, a gray with a tint of lavender or icy blue looks more gray than actual gray. Yeah. Sounds cursed. No, mixing them is so cool. Good luck if that's a phone call, Honeysuckle. Good luck. Everyone fingers crossed for Honeysuckle, because it might be, anyway, job info. It's, mixing 2D and 3D is an amazing thing that people have started doing. I am so grateful. And see, meant to be unnerving, or at least Lovecraftian. I mean, like, Into the Spider-Verse is so much a combo of 2D and 3D. Like, it's kind of sparked a lot of stuff like that. Pray for their downfall so they succeed. Are you just saying that whatever you hope for, the opposite happens? If that's the case, then yeah, I guess. Hang on, I'm gonna erase some of these lines. I don't want it to get. I don't want it to be too confusing. We'll just be able to watch the video and know what we were talking about. These foliage shapes, I would also be a little bit too cowardly to have, you know, interesting shapes here. This is not really foliage, this must be moss on rocks. But they are very desaturated. Okay, wait. I think I get it. Because obviously, well, at least I get a new, it's like a tiny section of understanding unlocked. So everything is leading us to look at him, right? But then, you can't just, okay, let me just follow this train of thought before I interrupt myself. But everything is having us look at him, and then we want to see what he's looking at. And so maybe that's why this area is kind of visually interesting, because it would be pretty boring if you're like, oh, look at the guy. Oh, what's he looking at? And then there's like nothing interesting there, you know? Okay. The waterfall doesn't make sense. Which is okay. It's okay. They're interesting shapes with their low fidelity. Yes, true. Yeah, this is true. The flow of water. Well, actually, okay. Well, not that I'm like an expert, but technically it does look like there's some streams adding in. But for anyone wondering out there, this does look pretty fantastical. So I'm assuming we don't need to follow physics. Sometimes, what is it? The rule of cool. Sometimes you just gotta do like what's sick, you know? What's cool. You finish this background. Hosting the server with 3D artist friends. And if they all have to say again it's cute, you'll explode. Oh, please don't explode. Please don't explode. But physics and water flow, forget about it. I love the rule of cool. I need to use the rule of cool more. This is a rule in like art and writing. It might apply to other arts too. But like, I know in rule of cool, sometimes you're like, yeah, like it doesn't make sense for like this science thing to work, but it's like really cool, so I'm adding in my story, you know? If the middle part is shallow, this area, it is kind of fascinating to note how much water is on screen right here. Like, in this section, like that's a ton of water. But again, it creates this awesome light background for him to stand out against, which is awesome. And yeah, you're right. Hang on, let me, okay, this is the darkest of these rocks. This is the darkest color here of those rocks. And then we get the lightest color of these rocks. And I anticipate they won't be terribly far apart. Yeah, no, they're, okay, so that one's like about midway. Yeah, the lightest one is about midway through the, from black to white. And this one is only a little bit below that. It goes from 38% darkness to 51. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, like basically 12? That kind of waterfall would probably not happen because the flow of water takes the path of least resistance. As if naturally formed, one of it could go straight instead of more 90-degree to the side. You're probably right. I mean, you probably are right. And if you're like, what I'm making, it's very important that it be grounded in reality, you know, then that's definitely an important thing to pay attention to. Yeah, I think this is definitely going for a more ethereal fantasy-like vibe. So I think that they're maybe not as concerned about, like, you know, making sure it makes sense. There is a point where you're like, if something makes too little sense, then people won't buy it, and they'll be like, nah, there ain't no way. That's just not happening. Oh boy. This is a big, tall one, which is fascinating. You know, because you think landscapes, and obviously you think landscape, you know, they do flow unevenly. They take sediment from one side to the other, so they wobble over time. You know what's really cool is how everything connects. Like, you could be like, wait, this is interesting. I want to study more about the flow of water. And then you get to, you start learning science, and oh, it's so cool. Ah! Clearly created by water. I didn't even think about what this crevice is created by. That's interesting. It is very flat, which again, that's pretty, you know, the flatness of this area is not, probably not terribly realistic, but it's incredibly useful for this guy. It makes sense in the context of a dream. Context of a dream. That's my new band name. If giant moles exist, that's a fair point, I suppose. We don't. Only wet for a few weeks a year. Oh, interesting. Seasonal meltwater. And again, like, you know, giant moles exist, but they're still small. Again, like, yeah. That's the cool thing. This is a cool thing, is that each artist is going to care more about different parts than others. And that's what makes it cool and unique. And Unlucky's art would, like, be very intent on those, like, you know, what is it? Like, connecting it to real world physics and geology. Like how it moves the land. And that's what's so cool. Again, another reason why human artists, I don't know how I feel about using that term, but like, another reason why we need the art from people is because everyone brings something different to it. And that's so cool. In this one, yeah. Those little guys, they literally just little crosses. But it's interesting because, yeah, they're these birds are like, they're or are we checking to see if it's AI? Is that what it is? Again, I hate that this is even a conversation that we have to have. Yeah. If they were non, then it would make less sense. But we can see they each have at least, you know, semblance of wings. And that's the thing, is that, like, while I was looking for stuff, I saw this beautiful piece of art. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love how the like light is shining through the fur, but like other parts of it were not making sense. And it was like, okay, dang, yeah, this is AI. And like, the reason it's beautiful, this is the part that kills me. The reason that fur is so beautiful is not because of the AI, not because of the person that like typed the prompt. It's because someone loved the concept of glowing fur so much that they figured out how to absolutely nail it. And then, but then that work that they put in to do that gets, like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who did that. I don't know who had that passion to make that vibrant, glowing fur. And it feels bad, man, you know? And I probably will never know. It feels bad. It's very dystopian. I'm so with you. So with you. Like there's a scene in the third book, okay, of Dune. If they're not bird-like. What if they're white, 71... Wait, what is that? It mentions how sellers in the city are selling colorful glass structures made by putting cylinder glass. And it's not art. Oh, sorry, laughing at my little bot there. By putting it in a cylinder of glass. Colorful glass structures. It's I don't know. One thing that all of this AI mess has helped me realize is that I really do think that humans, like, a part of humanity is being able to, like, express yourself, you know? An advanced long-range strategic reconnaissance aircraft capable of Mach 3 and altitude of 85,000 feet. Ooh, it could be. It could be. It's a cool passage. I liked when I read it. Yeah, no, it's, I think the technology is incredible. I think it's really crazy that people have made something that can do that. But I feel like with great power comes great responsibility, and and we're maybe not using it the most. Like, you can use superpowers for good or evil, and I think a lot of our current use is would be like not the good part. So then it would be art. And if you have to choose like what sand to put in, it's interesting. Sorry. I really don't like how interconnected the conversations between art and AI are right now. I'm trying to get a read on why everything is tipped toward the center. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Like, this line is leaning that way. This line it's getting steeper. Like, this line gets steeper than that one. Drawing our eyes off the canvas. Interesting thought. Interesting thought. Like this tall one, or I guess it does have an immense sense of verticality to it. Like the tallest talls and the deepest deeps. That's probably why it's a vertical canvas. Does desert wind have a pattern? I don't know. Yeah, even the trees is true. They're kind of leaning inward there. We're so high up. Yeah, we can't see the bottom or the top. It's just so tall. I'm just gonna write my note here is gonna be tall. Okay, we got this main structure and then even this. Maybe that's what the point of this is to focus on, I think maybe that is, to focus on the heights and the depths. Okay, can I say something? No, streamer, you must be silent. You cannot say things. I used to think that with art, there was this is exactly the right way to do it, and this is the wrong way to do it, you know? And, you know, I thought this was like video making too. I think it's called perfectionism. But I was like, okay, like if you do the exact right the exact right combo of shapes and lines and stuff, then it will be its best self. And, like, it'll elevate it to, beyond ordinary status. Whereas now I'm like, do as many right things as you can, and also do what feels good and gets your point across. Because basically what I'm saying is that maybe a criticizer? What do you call that? Critic! Maybe a critic of this piece would be like, well, I just don't really like how this looks like we can almost see the top, but we can't really. And I don't like how this is leading you out of the screen. Like, I want to stay on the screen, But that's not the purpose of this piece, I think. The purpose of this piece is to be like, dang, that's tall. Dang. Anyway, that's just art working tidbits. That rock hill the dude is on is really small, or the dude is huge. Wait, okay, let me see. Either the rock hill the dude is on is really small, or the dude is huge. I think maybe we're closer to the camera. I think that the camera's not very far away from this guy. To check for negative space. True! Negative. I always forget about negative space, which is ironic. Or is it? Because that's kind of what negative space sometimes wants you to do. If there was a perfect solution, everything great would look the same. Yeah! Yeah! No, it's interesting, because I used to think that, like, there was, like, with video editing, which is another form of art, I would argue. I'm gonna fight! Not really, I said the word argue is funny. But that, yeah, I was like, if I make this cut right here, and then make this edit here, then it will go from being a normal video to a world-changing video, and the algorithm will love it, and Anyway, don't think that way, because it will drive you crazy. Just do your best. Know that it's not gonna be perfect. It's straight up not gonna be perfect. Just do your best, and eventually, as you practice, your best will get better. Crabs are perfection! Oh, right, because everything evolves into crabs. That is funny. It's almost like every feature in this image is only there to frame the empty space in the middle. And this is fascinating. This lighter area of, it's just clouds, you know, in the direct center of the piece. You know, some people might also look at that and be like, yeah, that's a fault in this piece, is that, like, you know, there's some lines leading me to the center, but there's not really anything happening in the center, you know? But, like, again, does the piece accomplish what it wanted to accomplish? Which, again, probably the maker of the piece could do it best. But if the piece wanted to accomplish, this is big and massive area, epic proportions, like, nailed it, you know? Nailed it. If something was perfect, what? To move away from and see the other scale. And, like, again, I still do, and I'm still working on it. Thanks, counselor. I'm trying to work away from black and white thinking, you know? Where it's like, something is either only right or only wrong, you know? And, yeah, like art, is that? Was this, oh, if all hot dogs, wait, no. If all pork chops were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs, is that it? I have no idea. But if that's actually the right one, then I'm gonna be so happy. But yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, right, negative space. You guys brought up negative space. That's a thing I wanna, let me take a poke around. Let me look at what this negative space is doing, because obviously we've got the clear sky negative space, which does make this, yeah, it's a nice, like, kind of framing around this, big mountain there. And it is interesting how this mountain, yeah, it's kind of darker up there, so it does draw some of our attention. It doesn't just fade into nothing, whereas, like, over here it kind of does. But over here in the center, it doesn't really fade to nothing. It contrasts well with this sky. Why is it, oh, it's Hollow Knight music. That's why it's so stressful. Human who evolved to survive a car crash. Oh, please do not let the evolution of humans center around cars as more than it already has. Please. But basically, so we're saying the car test dummy, the car crash dummy, is the peak of humanity. I see. Okay, right. And negative space. This is some negative space in there. And these clouds almost become some negative space with this. Which is, again, interesting. Just be like, why are you putting kind of negative space in the middle? That guy, the crash test dummy. Human sculpture depicts a human... Oh, okay. Let's see. Human evolved to survive car crash. Let's see. Horrifying sculpture depicts human evolved to survive car crash. Smithsonian Magazine. Oh boy, can't wait to... Oh. Is that really? Like, is this maximum car crash? Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I actually would like to, like, is this scientific, you know, or is it like more of a statement? Drawn some, what? What's it say? Just, you don't even have to. Let me look, I guess. What is this? Oh my gosh! Oh, Your drawing figures is like, oh my gosh. I want to practice. That's so, oh my gosh. That's so, sorry. Should I say it again? You know what's funny? Okay, wait. So I don't get this wrong. Is it, like, I see the hair tufts. Is streamer? Is? Show us. Oh, you're, ooh, how do I do this without opening Discord? Or maybe I just have to open Discord. Okay, if my computer crashes, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Then human structure-wise, I do have to show. If Sage is okay with me showing it on stream, I would love to if that's okay. I'm opening Discord. Come on, everyone, cross your fingers. Then my computer continues to function. Love that for us. Yeah, I'm gonna Discord is taking its sweet time. That is so cool. Sage/Rito. That is so cool. And like that you're doing more, first of all, more realistic proportions is not necessarily like, you know, the peak of all existence, but like it takes effort to do, and that's so cool. 30 layers! Whoa! Whoa! Okay, let me put this on, and then I will be closing Discord again because my poor computer. My poor computer. It ain't got no. It's a struggle. It's the struggle. Wow. I love that this like rainbow let me put it up so that I can put them up. Yeah? Working? Pasting? Yay! Look at that! I love this like repeated rainbow pattern here. Oh, but basically, one real clever. That's a false question because it's already been made. It's already been made. You know what's awesome though? Talking about colors, I flippin' love colors.
Yeah,
I also flippin' love all of the art you make and all the art everyone makes. I'm so sorry for art that I miss. But like, I just basically what I'm saying is that like I know it takes a lot of work to like work on more realistic anatomy, and like I respect it. Like I also love non-realistic anatomy, like, you know, like chibi and cartoon stuff. I love that so much too. One is not necessarily better than the other, but I just know that they take different like skills to like make work, and I just like, I think it's so cool like that Rito is like being able to do both. That's so sick. That's so sick. Okay, maybe what I do is I just add this to the slideshow before I even... You think an NPC in Terraria... What does this mean, Clever? Do I want to know? Okay, I'm saving it into... Do you guys want to know what the slideshow... folder is called? It's called Precious Treasures. It's so true. Okay. Rito. And the date. 5/2/25. I try to put usernames. I save with username and the date. Because I'm like, I gotta know. Okay, now I'm closing out of Discord. I like human body. Everything else is hard. I almost did a gesture drawing practice today, but then I kept thinking about illustrations and composition. Look right around the bottom of the screen. There's a bit of... Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's like a... Oh my gosh. It's like when someone's like, has like a hidden dagger weapon, but it's like... I will paint you! Ooh, you better watch out. I will paint you. This is what I was gonna say, Sage! Is that I actually wear like a crossbody bag all the time. It's like, I carry too many things in it, so it's like bigger than this. But like, I actually... Like, people that I know and love, they're like, there she is with she always has to have her bag with her. I literally always wear her. So, is that you're seeing a lack of rats? Hang on, don't worry, I got us. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. Is that good? Did I do it? I did it. There we go, clever. It's all good. That's so cool, Rito. It's just so cool. You're just so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna scream. Everyone is so cool. Also, Quark, if you're listening, if there's a place you post your art, I would love to see it. Yes! Oh my gosh. Literally, I try to take as many art supplies as I can places. I want a smaller sketchbook so that I can like, I already take so much with me, not to mention my water addiction. I always have a big water bottle with me. My water addiction, just kidding. It's not an addiction. I can stop every time I want. Rito/Sage, you're just so cool. You're just so stinking cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, I wish I had energy to do art all the day long, all of the days. Can stop drinking water anytime I want. I'll just die. But today is not this year. So valid. No one ever needs to do dreamer art before I will think that you're cool and awesome, even as an artist. Obviously, like, what am I saying? I just think people's presence is awesome and cool. Whoa, wait a second. Are these like ruins here? There's so much happening in this piece that like, these, again, that empty shape, that's like a window. These look like windows. Are these ruins? Cause they might be. But they're so ruined, they kind of just look like part of the cliff. Okay, you know what this is reminding me of? First of all, looks like a scary skull, which is pretty cool. Hi, Coffee. Hello, how are you? Second of all, what am I? I feel like Elden Ring music goes well with big epic landscapes. Oh, but this reminds me of that one place in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time/Sky. It's like a Sharpedo-shaped like landmass. It's pretty cool. This kind of looks like the shape I drew at least looks like a heart. I don't know if it actually looks like a heart. Do you do art? Dreamer thinks you're cool. Do you do something else? Dreamer thinks you are cool. You don't do art. You don't do something else, but you're still a nice person. Dreamer thinks you're cool as well. If you are not a nice person, but you're working on it, I still think you're a nice person. You're cool. If you're not a nice person, and maybe in the future you'll work on it, hey, like, let's work on it together. we can, you know, it's okay. Life is a journey. Okay. The figure is so small and insignificant, but obviously stands out because why have the figure there if you can't even see him? Well, he does give us scale, so he's not really insignificant. He gives us scale for all of this. He or she, you know. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up some of the other pieces that I like. Mostly what I was looking for. Taffy's like putting her paws on my leg like, attention now, I need it. Give me the attention, please. But I was looking for like pieces where, oh, this is good one. Where like the background or the environment plays like a very prominent role in the illustration. And it's not just character. Just copy image. Okay, I hope this works. Hey, there we go. I'm gonna take a look at this as soon as I stop petting the dog. Oh, yeah? Wait, let me see. I didn't even notice. See, and there's so many cool things. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah. They're like right, you know? And that's, I'm sorry, I can't use my other hand because I'm petting a dog and she's very warm and soft and I love her. And, oh man, life is so hard. I had a really cute dog and so I can't draw on the screen. But yeah! Thank you for pointing that out, Fikusito. That's a good... These are things I need to like start paying attention. You know, again, so I can put in my own words. Sorry, I'm so distracted by petting the dog. Okay, I have to. Stop petting me for a for a second, I mean many minutes, so that I can continue my art studies. Yes, Taffy, I'm so sorry. My other hand lost feeling. Okay. More than a feeling. Yeah, so thirds. Yeah, he's like, yeah. And another thing I love is that, like, okay, obviously my lines are not perfect, but, like, also when you do use the rule of thirds, you know, it doesn't have to be like, it is exactly on the center, you know, it can be honestly kind of just in this area or this area, you know, you get the point, you know, like be around that, and it'll help with that. And this is interesting because, okay, 1, 2. Obviously it's not quite as adherent, but we're eyeballing this, but you can see that he is along this vertical thirds line. So at that, you know, even if you're not right at one of these points, like still you can focus on these third line, you know, these lines, you know, and you see these like basically right there. Right. The bear. Should I like put everything else on a new canvas? How long should I stream? You guys bored yet? I'm gonna put all these in their own group, and we're gonna make a new group for this guy. Over here, and make him a little smaller so that we have room to add more things and draw around the edges. Okay, this is okay. So, sorry, I'm just analyzing this for a bit. This is fascinating. Head over to your aunt's hanging out for the weekend. That sounds like fun. Don't even sweat it. I hope you have a great time. Thank you so much for the art. It's made it in. It's already in the slideshow. I just will show up this night in your Terraria world. Ruh-roh. Hamster. I hope you have an awesome time. Obviously I'm a sucker for this one because I flippin' love trees. I flippin' love like animals. We got trees and animals in like maybe like a sunset. We're sloping down this way. This music is funny. Let's see, what do I want? Do I flippin' love Clever? I flippin' love everybody. Seriously, you guys are all flippin' great. Sorry for my language. Says hello, hardly speaks drive. Literally, don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it, dog. It's just so cool. Look at art as they read from top to bottom, left to right. Oh, I could totally believe that. I would totally believe that. So, bye, you as well. Well, I guess have a great rest of all of it, even if it's not stream. Clever! You'd better Giga Chat moment. For real. Sage, absolute Giga Chat. Giga Chat is a gender neutral term. As we're just establishing that. Okay, this is super interesting. Look at this tiny section of flowers right there in the foreground. Huh. I didn't notice it at first, which is obviously exactly what it wants. Or what this piece wants. Because the main focus is our bear friend. Another thing that's interesting is obviously this bear is not, his face is not in the light. Like some people would be like, oh, like this piece is good, but like you need his face to be in the light, and then the focus will be on it more. Wow, I actually like, looks like really part of the drawing. That's crazy. But I think that the point, I'm just going to like assume that the artist like did what they meant to do, in which case this is, you know, is more subtle. If you yawn, what if I don't want to feel like or is this, are you saying that this happened to you? Is this what happened to you, Unlucky? I'm so sorry. Like this would make the bear face more prominent, but I think that they just, you know, I think they want it to be subtle. I'm so sorry, Unlucky. That does sound truly unlucky. I'm sorry. Yeah, bright pink. Did the whole body stretch thing? Man, wait. I gotta stretch now. Because I keep forgetting to add I want to add a dedicated redemption. I've got the Luke killed. Nice. Is this a modded or a vanilla World Clever? Oh, this is interesting. I just noticed the things, like these spots of light coming through the background. That's actually really cool. Can I follow... kind of follow along back there. So that's probably... Is that where you can see? I mean, that's where the light's coming through, obviously. Interesting. Sorry. Calamity Master Mode. You probably already said that. I'm so sorry. I'm just staring at this piece. Tell me your secrets. This tree. Let me just look at the piece and think of things that I would be too afraid to do. This tree is so big. Obviously... Oh, you didn't yet? Okay. So this was not a case of me forgetting, but other times it will happen. This tree... I don't know, like... What is that? It takes up, like... I don't know, a sixth of the screen. Or of the piece. Revengeance plus legendary. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds intense. Like, I would die. So that's bold. I would be too afraid to do that. This... Having... First of all, look at this. It's just scribbles. Love that. 'Cause you are bad at the game. Me too. Well, no, Clever's way better than me at the game. I am actually bad at the game. These are kind of blurred shapes back here. It's pretty safe, actually. See, there's a lot, and the thing is that things that I'm afraid to do definitely does not align with the circle of things that are totally okay to do, maybe even could do really awesome things. I'm afraid of a lot of things that actually could work out great, which is why I want to, like, look at what other people have done to, quote-unquote, to give myself permission? Quote-unquote, give myself permission to do those same things. These trees, I mean, technically it's up and down, but, like, they're not parallel to each other. In fact, yeah, this one, it curves in and it curves out. I wonder if that's like like pretending to be a lens effect, or is this tree just like, I don't know. I could totally beat that difficulty. You hasn't even beat the game ever. Same. I mean, I've beat it with help, but never by myself. Remember my Terraria world that's just sitting there collecting dust. We'll finish it, you know. It'll happen. I'm just learning the unfortunate lesson that things have to be one step at a time. Okay, so the bear. Why do we see the bear? Oh, he cuts through this patch of light very well. He interrupts that patch of light with his darkness. So that's, you know. Wonder why Horizon Line is diagonal. Like, why did they choose to do that? It is kind of fascinating. It adds interest for sure to be like, okay, we're on... I read it as we're being on a hill. I guess technically the camera could just be like, you know, a little tilted. It got tilted. During the server didn't play for 2 days and everyone quit. Sad. Brain just likes the pretty colors Calamity Weapon makes. Honestly, valid. Played Minecraft for a while now. You can tell why. Okay, tell us your what's your read on this, Ficusito? Okay, so he cuts through this patch of light. That helps us to maintain him or her as the center. Obviously, you know, in the actual center of the picture and not too far below the middle there, but yeah, so it's actually, you know, aligned center. That's good. Well, not good, that's just... That helps it to accomplish what it wants, which is us to look at the bear. Here we are. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Oh, yes. And then my favorite version, the Weird Al eBay. I love how bright these trees are. This is another thing. I would be too cowardly to make this tree so bright and this bear so dark. I would be too a coward to do that. Again, yeah, emphasizing that things I'm afraid to do and things that are cool and fine to do are not exactly the same. This too. Like, it's got some detail in the foreground. This tiny little patch of flowers is so fascinating to me. But what I do like is that it tells us it gives us information that is blurred here. Like, we just assume that all these flowers are now the same as those flowers. Horizontal. I just pronounced horizon as horizon. Great. But there's only slightly diagonal. The whole visual storytelling is this bear dangerous, therefore covered in shadows. That is true. It does make it a bit mysterious. But then the warm bright colors also kind of are trying to they also kind of give a story of I don't know, like serene, peaceful, you know? Which again, there's no exactly this means this, exactly this means that, you know? Cause like, well, I look at this image and I think, wow, like that's so calm and peaceful. Like, it's possible that the artist made this image and they wanted it to be like, you know, dangerous. Yeah, exactly. Like they, and you know, sometimes you just not, I don't know, sometimes you can get the same story across to everybody, and sometimes you want to do that, but sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you want it to be ambiguous, you know? Sometimes you want, like, to wonder. I love illustration. Illustration is basically using art as a medium to tell a story, and not necessarily like, oh, beginning, middle, and character development, blah, 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 blah. But like a story, like, give us information about a place, an object, you know, create like a scene, a vibe. That's what I like about illustration, that it isn't always present in other like art forms, like fine art sometimes. I want it that way, but Slipknot, is that like heavy metal? I'm sorry for not knowing things. Do I have two? Wait. I accidentally have an extraneous layer that I do not need. I'm gonna pull up another piece of art. I only collected these this morning, so I don't have a bajillion. This one. I really like this. It's a different style, you'll see. There we go. It's more flat than super dimensional, but it is still dimensional. Yes, okay. These are red, meaning danger. So maybe danger? Yeah. Or I guess leaves. I think these ones are flowers, but like still. Yeah. I don't know. It's fascinating how, again, I try to shy away from right, wrong, and there's this interpretation and this interpretation, and only one is right and only one is wrong, you know, of like images and art and stuff. Okay. I think I'll probably analyze this one more. I keep thinking that this is, oh my gosh, yeah, Calamity music. I keep thinking that it's burnt like from Megalovania. It's not. It's not. Iowa, aka the Corn Line, which reminds me of band Korn. Came from California. That has Hollywood. Is kind of like Bollywood, but not as funny. That's a lot of connections there. Okay, look at this piece. Again, compared to like some of the other ones we've looked at, it's a more flat style, but that doesn't mean it's completely flat, non-dimensional. It has some dimension. You can see we've got foreground. I need to be on the new layer. There we go. We got our foreground, darker foreground, kind of framing it. Sorry. I have to itch my eye because I love either allergies or cold or whatever's happening. 30,000 BPM speed core? That sounds intense. Man. It would be so cool. I love art and human creations. There's... Oh my gosh. Because, like, I'm sure that, like, I love when I find that, like... Ah! Sorry. The principles cross over between, like, things like, principles of, like, there's, like, rest and busyness. And, like... You know, that's a principle in music, too. I'm sorry. My brain being super foggy is probably not helping. I need to give myself some grace with that. Wolves are cool, and Artist won to ride one. Artist is absolutely just on point. It's one very annoying sound. Okay, drink water. This will probably be the last one I study for today, and then my tired, frail body will rest. I don't know why I'm like this, but it's my current lot. It's flooded? Oh no. That's called a stroke. No, I'm strong. Okay, so I should probably have like a flow chart of, okay, what should I focus on first? Or what should I make note of first? Because my brain's all over the place. I'm like, oh, look at this very graphic, like, look at that shape. It's so bold and defined. How are they so brave to do that, you know? But no. Let's focus on, obviously, wolf or whatever this cool creature is the main thing. Me strong like Kronk on stalks. Flooded is no. Not thinking about that. Has it ever come up that I like? I'm not like horribly squeamish, but sometimes. Anyway, thinking about this. Anyway, so light and dark is obviously a huge thing right here. Light on dark. And then obviously the rider's subtle, more subtle than this. It's not totally subtle, but obviously his leg, you know, we see, or her leg. His or her leg helps us to be like, oh, we gotta investigate. What is that? And then I think having all the different like details also helps. Like things that draw eyes are obviously contrast and like details. Again, oh yeah, and obviously we've got this perfect framing. I think that's the, okay, I've been thinking that's like the moon, but it might, I don't know, it might just be perfectly framed something else in the forest. Like the forest trees. But anyway, I'm just gonna do, it's framed by this circle. Circle frame. And that obviously is like, literally like, look, there's literally a circle drawn around it, yeah. My gosh, I'm so incoherent right now. But that's because my brain is just like this. So maybe because of that, they're like, we know that this is gonna draw the most attention. There's the most contrast. There's literally a circle that they can be like, let's add some interest, you know, here. Let's add these textures, which, let me see how, I want to see the color difference between this dark. Is this an actual black? Okay, yeah, no, that's actually black. So that's pretty cool. Like, that it's so dark. That's so cool. That's so cool. Art is just, there's so many layers. It's like onions. And then this is also incredibly dark. Especially compared to, let me grab this light grass right here. Yeah. Ooh. What is this? Hang on. Let me erase this. What is this? Is this like the moonlight happening right there? Maybe? More Terraria music. We've accidentally summoned Terraria music. Don't worry, nothing else from Terraria, just the music. Okay, I'm on the right brush. Yeah. I made it big so I could do the swatches, but let's see. I think this must be... It's interesting because it is the same or similar lightness as this wolf. That's interesting. Maybe they're just... I love art. Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? Look at these golden, like, whoa! They brought the gold from up here and they added it down here to some of these little twigs and leaves. Oh, that's cool. I honestly, it would be really cool to do a study of this. Doing a study is like recreating it, but like thinking very consciously about, well, you recreate it and you know, it's for you. It's not to post. It's not to be like, look at this thing I made. You do it for you, so that you can learn. You try to get inside the artist's mind. Creepy, huh? No, just to like try to understand their decisions and then use it to influence your own decisions when you make art. Oh, this is so cool. I just love art. I love art. Let's admire these pieces again. Wow. And let's admire these ones. Oh. There we go. Oh, I should put these in a folder, huh? This is cool. Art is just so cool, and I think I've said this before, but sometimes I'm like, man, like, I'll never stop learning art. Like, okay, like, there's two moods, kind of. Look at the saturation variance. Wait, should I go back? Are we here? Yeah. Call it well. Yay! I'm so thrilled. I really hope that it went, like, super awesome. Another thing about art is that everyone's gonna be attracted to different pieces. And then they're gonna be attracted to different styles, and how you create your own style is, like, what do you see and you love, you know? That's another thing that's so cool and multifaceted, and I love it. Anyway, but yeah, there's like two modes, which is like, oh, I'll never learn everything about art. But then there's, whoa, I'm never gonna learn everything about art. Apparently. And see, like, this one though, for some reason, my brain reads it as like on a hill instead of like the camera tilted, which I guess I'm realizing now that I look at it, because the trees seem mostly vertical. So I think that I'm reading this one as on a hill. This one's obviously definitely on a hill. It is decently dramatic. I just love art. I love art. I love art! Screaming, crying, throwing up. Or doing like value studies would be good, where you only, you know, don't be distracted by the beautiful colors. You only focus on the black and white and like, okay, how do they use the darks and the lights and the midtones and the details to do composition? That's what there's just so much to learn about art, and it's both overwhelming and so cool. In fact, yeah, let me, do I have a, no, I'll just do a ta-da, and then fill it in entirely black. That's not it. Hang on. Nope. Oh, okay, hang on. My settings all wonky. Refer, okay. And then we put this on. Ah! Accidentally made a clipping mask. Hey, when I do that, color. There we go. So now they're just black and white. And for really good compositions, or for really readable compositions, I should say. I'm sorry, it's so easy to talk in good or bad, like, you know, but again, it's more nuanced than that. But for really readable compositions, it's good to, it like, does it make sense when there's no color? Awesome. And if it doesn't make sense when there's no color, then maybe we need to change some of those values. Values is how between light and dark it is, you know? Like, I know, right? Like, this is absolutely stands out. In fact, I think it's the brightest thing in this entire piece. It's like some kind of creature. I don't know what kind of creature, but it's sick. Whatever it is, it's so cool. But it is the brightest thing in that piece. And that makes it a good focal point. And then this one, it is fascinating, because this one is more subtle, you know? It's really easy. You want to do good and avoid bad. Oh, okay. writing this down. And then I actually want to look at these other ones. In black and white. Ooh. Interesting. It's so cool. There's so much to learn about art. Don't get overwhelmed, because there's literally so much to learn. Just know that every single thing you get better at, it makes a difference. Even if you're only gaining like a tiny amount of an experience bar better, it makes a difference. I think about art like an experience bar a lot. Pokemon brain. But yeah, that deer is darker than anything else. This is lighter than anything else, which brings the eye to it as well. There are like over 2 things to learn. Haloed by the glow of force. Yeah, looks like a photograph now. It is kind of, it's pretty stinking cool. Over 2 things to learn? No! Impossible! This shows off how really dark this foreground is, which is awesome. Yeah, value studies. I would benefit from doing value studies for sure. Yeah, this stuff is all darker. And again, we've got that leaves. Hang on, I'm gonna... That's not my bright, obnoxious pink. There we are. Yeah, this darker foreground leaf. It's a fascinating choice. It reminds me of the tiny, these tiny foreground flowers and grass details there. Just a tiny foreground detail. It's very, very interesting. But like not enough to be distracting. This is so cool. I didn't really go into this piece too much besides the gesture. I love gesture. You have wallpapers ready for these artists? That's awesome! Oh my gosh. Artists are so cool. I want to be an artist someday. I am an artist, but I hope that someday I can like just have these skills under my belt. It'd be so cool. Okay, and here we've got a darker foreground. I did think it was fascinating how this section is a similar value to this section. And like it does make it a little, anyway. It must be the edges that make it clear that that's a different, yeah. There's so many factors. I'm sorry. Again, if you're overwhelmed, me too. But you literally just add like 2 experience points at a time. Hang on. Here's your experience bar. And here's like level up. Level 12, you know? I don't know. And you add to it, and you know, even little progress, it adds up, and then you level up and you go, wow, level choo. I need to do this for illustrative purposes. 13! Wow! But no, that's how I think about art. Really. Thinking layers too. Yeah! The cliff looks like a face, or wait, are we talking about leveling up? What's not really? The cliff does look like a face. I do think it, I imagine that's intentional. Look at it, so scary and cool. I love it. True progress doesn't feel like progress. Well, okay, explain. And then say what you're not really, or maybe I'll continue explaining my metaphor that I think about. You might not even notice. Yeah, okay. I think about it like when you're training a dragon type Pokemon. I'm so Pokemon brained. Wait, there's more faces? Whoa. I imagine it's probably intentional, you know? Everything you learn makes difference. Yes, even if it's a tiny, unnoticeable one. But like, yeah, raising dragon Pokemon. Your Pokemon. Sorry, two analogies going on at once. But I just want a dragon Pokemon. Like with other Pokemon, it's like, oh, you got so much XP. But with dragon Pokemon, that same amount of XP, so this is 100. With dragon Pokemon, say that XP, you only get like, it only fills up this much of the bar. That's just a thing with dragon Pokemon, is that it doesn't, they take so much experience. But here's the thing, they are beefy. Roar. Do you like, these are good illustrations, right? Roar, dragon Pokemon, so strong. You could highlight it yourself if you had the piece. Ooh, if everything you learn is experience and I learn enough to level up, you gain a level. Thing is, the idea of leveling up is I only get to reap the results. That is actually, that's a good point too. That is a good point. Is that, yeah, it's, which I think is even better than like leveling up. I would say the level up is when you look at your pieces and you're like, wait a second. I think I've actually done something here, you know? I've actually grown here. That's what I would say is the level up, is when you can look and be like, wait a second. Hang on, like, that's kind of, I did something kind of good there. It's fine. We don't need to get into it all, you know? But many dragon Pokemon. It is true. You get the benefits. And you get the benefits of the level up as you go. And I would say for me, leveling up is when I do, like, I make something and I notice, like, wow, like, I'm really proud of this thing, you know? I think this did really good. Let's see. Where's a real eco boost? Yeah. Honestly, revisiting some of my older pieces is part of how I got out of my funk of hating every single thing I drew and made. Not a good place to be in if you want to do anything. And so, yeah. But going back and being like, when I made this, I thought it was total garbage. But now I'm like, hang on. I think I was wrong. Oh, I think my brain is too fried to continue studies for now. But I will admire these pieces of art. It's so cool. You probably hear how I'm like, flagging. This is so cool. I love art. I love art, and that's why I cannot stop. I cannot stop. As much as I have tried, I cannot stop loving art. Wanting to do it. Okay. Well, we'll end the stream, and then Tired Dreamer can eat and try to be a person. I love chronic fatigue. Love it. But this has been awesome. I feel like I've probably been a little bit too all over the place, but I've still learned stuff. Hopefully anyone else here has learned some cool stuff too, which would be cool. Rest. I was thinking about it yesterday because I was feeling like pretty extra sick, and I had like some like drowsy meds in my system. But I was thinking about the concept of rest and how I barely ever give myself permission to be like, I am currently resting, and that is right and okay and what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I have a hard time with letting myself relax, which is not not great if you never let yourself relax. Recharge! I'm not asking. This is not a request. Oh, okay. Oh man, I'd love to show you guys around my modded 2DS someday too. Figured out how to do some Street Pass. Like, people have found a way to try to revive Street Pass through an online. Man, stop! I'd love to show you guys around my
my gosh.
2DS someday too.
We're just gonna have to wait for the page to load.
Like, people have found a way to try to revive Street Pass through an. Stop! Did I do it? My computer's just very slow. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. But you as well, Clever. Honestly, every single thing you make is XP forward. And that's flippin' awesome. The biggest improvements, the people that improve the most are the people that just chip away, you know? Chip away bit by bit.
Also, OMG, I think we're going to be able to raid Starby, who is currently doing art, on theme, on brand. Heck yeah. Dreamer learned today. We learn every single day of our lives. Well, at least I do. I try to. Good night or morning, whatever. It's 2:55 p.m. It's like right there in the afternoon, almost evening, whatever. Raid Starby. Starby's cool friend, does cool art, and is nice person too. We stan hardcore. Sorry that I'm so tired. Again, not being very coherent. Wow, this is a funny emote that she's drawing. I love this. I feel like a Dragon Time with EXP share against level 2 Pokemon. Sometimes it feels like that, but it really does add up. It's oftentimes much more invisible to us than it is to other people, but it does add up. Which again, I genuinely, man, my brain was so broken. I used to think, nah, everyone else can get better at art, but I am incapable of growth. Like, somehow I'm just built different, and I'm incapable of art growth. Again, not a good mindset to be in if you want to do anything. But I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I think it'll be till next week till I'm able to see you guys. But I really do. I appreciate you all, and I think you all are the best. Say hello to Star. We need to. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right. Art Attack. That'll be pretty hype. I'll try to do some stuff for that. Have a great day, everyone. You guys are the best. Stay safe. Stay happy. People think of you and appreciate you. Until next